Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing something that I found on Reddit. Uh, it's an alleged leak for the coming updates in Diablo Immortal by Estuso Mucho 69. Credits to that guy and thanks. Whether this is real or not, thank you anyway. So yeah, let's begin. Confirmed future updates. Pet system will be able to fight and pick items alongside you. Can be melee or range as well. So I'm guessing this is another way for NetEase and Blizzard to make revenue of the game. People like pets, casual players, they like the way the pets look. So this could be another something they can make money on, which I don't mind, to be honest. It's what we get. We agreed to play a game where it's pay to win. So yeah, it's something that's expected. Although, just a side note, although even though that is the reality right now, it would be much better also if everyone is satisfied. I mean, not totally satisfied. Like no one can get full satisfaction in any game, I guess. But free to play players are satisfied with the amount of effort they put in the game. Low spender and mid spender and whales, just to keep the ecosystem rolling because all parts of the ecosystem are important. Without free to play players, whales don't have anyone to flex their items on. Yeah. So yeah, I welcome this addition because ever since my times in World of Warcraft, when I was playing, I've always been a theory crafter. I love theory crafting, and adding this system where the pet fights is an additional layer for me to theory craft on. If you've seen my videos, I've been posting PVE videos on a combination, set combination, gem combination on what's best for which situation. So this adds another layer of that, and it's something I think I will be able to enjoy. Okay, that's just my opinion. New PvP gameplay called Werewolves. So we don't know what this means. I'm not sure if this is gonna be like Battleground where there's going to be a ranking system, MMR. I'm not sure. So since we don't have too much any idea on that, I'm not gonna be able to touch on it. Updated Brawl PvP. That's good because Brawl is one of the way free to play players can show their skills in the game uh, on an equal playing field. So yeah, that's something that will make free to play players happy. New roguelike PvP. New roguelike. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. I'm guessing it has something to do like the if you guys remember the recent PvP PvE game mode we had like a month ago. It's not Trial of the Hordes, but you know where the game mode where it's there's like creeping shadows and it's PvP also. You're in a team and it's like a brawl or something. Yeah, I guess that's brawl. Yeah, so it's probably something like that where it's not totally a team fight, but it has some hiding in the bushes or whatever. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate about that anymore. But that's what it sounds like to me. New zone, Stabrak. New dungeon, Church of Sturmin. Fight between light and darkness. So obviously, having new zone and having new dungeon is nice. It's a good feeling to have. However, my opinion on this is that new zones and new dungeons, they kind of lose its novelty quite fast. Like eventually we get used to it after a week. After a week, we get used to the new zone, new dungeon, and it's something that just becomes part of our everyday game. And the resources they put into that is probably huge because you're creating a new zone. I'm not a techie guy when it comes to that coding or whatever, but it's something to me in my personal experience. It's something to me that doesn't give me much satisfaction, if I can say, because I get satisfied in the first few days or a week, and then eventually I get used to it. And I'd rather they put their resources on keeping the balance happy between the ecosystem, the free to play, low spender, mid spender, and the whales. Each corresponding player will have its level of satisfaction, and finding the sweet spot for that is really important. So yeah, maybe they have had some studies regarding this, and they figured out that zones and dungeons are is what keeps people really happy. Though to me, I guess I'm a little bit indifferent to it. To me, it's just a way to get loots again. Yeah. New quest line, direct confrontation with Diablo himself. Finally, we're going to be able to see Diablo because the name of the game is Diablo Immortal. I guess the reason why they call it Diablo Immortal because Diablo is immortal. We can't kill him. uh, uh, we can't kill him because we he's immortal because we can't kill him. We can't see him. Now they're gonna finally going to show him. So yeah, that's a nice thing. Immortal buffs, improving rewards for immortals. You know, even though they added that reward legendary crest per week, I was still not impressed with the immortal experience. I was immortal when at the first reign, but eventually I realized it's not worth it because I felt obligated to defend the vault, which is something I didn't want. I kind of want my freedom of time. And when you are shadows, you have that freedom to raid the vault. You have the freedom to not raid the vault. You have the freedom to choose which time, noon or evening. And you even have the freedom to not PvP. You can just choose to PvE and you complete your quest. However, in Immortal experience, although there no one's forcing you to do these things, there feels like there's a feeling of obligation to do these things, and I'm not kind of fond with that. And having an eternal, I mean, a legendary crest every week, it's not a fair trade for me. That's just me. Gender conversion finally. So this is a good addition because I know some few friends of mine that so they're a woman and they chose a male character because they thought it's going to be cool, but eventually they wanted to become a female character again. This is gonna be a good news to them. I'm not sure if this is going to be paid or on a cooldown. Whatever the case, it's a good option to have. New class assassin. New class already. I was expecting a new class for next year. Or yeah, so I just want to share to you guys that last year when they leaked Blood Knight, people were focused on Blood Knight, but there is actually another class that accompanies Blood Knight in that leak, and it's called Tempest. I was more interested with the Tempest because it's the first time I heard a class is named Tempest. Blood Knight, it's like I know what Blood Knight is, etc. It's like Death Knight, whatever. But Tempest is I was really interested in Tempest. I was imagining a wizard that focuses on wind elements. That was just my imagination. But now they're saying it's assassin. So either this could be an entirely different class, assassin, which is different from Tempest, or maybe Tempest is the same as assassin, or maybe this is just a translation error since this is leak coming from the China patch notes, I guess, or something. Whatever the case, I'm really interested in a new class because I kind of been wanting to play a new class, and Blood Knight just doesn't do it for me. I'm not having fun with Blood Knight too much. I'm not enjoying the gameplay, but yeah, they look cool, but yeah, it's not something I enjoy. So I'm hoping if they're releasing a new class, then I hope it's something that I can enjoy. New green and legendary items this major update on September 21. Okay, so an important distinction here is he said the other from 1 to 10 he didn't say on September 21. However, on number 11 he specifically said on September 21. So it why make that distinction? So maybe this means that only the green and legendary items will come on September 21, and that maybe that numbers 1 to 10 will not be coming on September 21, or maybe they're just going to announce it. That's just how I'm interpreting it. Maybe they're all coming on September 21. I'm not sure, But that's how I interpret it. So I guess if how I interpret it is correct, then yeah, then it's not something that we're all getting this on September 20th. It's gonna be like staggered into weeks and months. New legendary gem, which I already mentioned a few days ago. Okay, so I saw this legendary gem in Haboni's channel. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Wait. Haboni's new 5-star legendary gem. Okay. Credits to Habonis, by the way, for posting the video. Thunderstone. Gain the power of thunder and lightning when dealing damage to enemies. There's a 30% chance to release a lightning chain when dealing damage affecting multiple enemies and causing 110% attack for 6 seconds. Lightning chain can be triggered at most once every 1 second during attack speed. Okay, so yeah. So the way I see this is it's almost like the damage is almost like Starfire Shard. So Starfire Shard is a damage a burst type of damage. So the value of the Starfire Shard is front loaded on the initial hit because it's full 500% damage at rank 10 on the first hit. So and then there's like a trickle 40-80% damage more. So a total Starfire Shard does 580% damage in one go once it procs. This one, so it's 110% attack per second for 6 seconds. So this one is 660% damage total. But that is it's not a burst and it has no knockback like Starfire Shard. But there are other benefits to this, like I'm guessing it's a buff. It is something that you can extend with Vithus maybe, or beneficial effect duration. And another thing is that it is AoE, so it's something that can chain to others. So you are getting these benefits, the AoE and the fact that it is a buff and the 10% attack speed in exchange for the knockback of the Starfire Shard and its potential to burst people down. So that's how I view this gem. So in my view, there's like that's how I view these gems. It's like I'm trying to look how they are all equal, and that each gem has its own potential positive in depending on the situation. Like for example, Hellfire Fragment. The damage of Hellfire Fragment is lower than Starfire Shard, and it's not as bursty as Hellfire Shard. However, it is something that you don't need to deal damage to trigger. Like so you are replacing the burst effectiveness and the knockback of Starfire Shard for something that you can trigger just by pressing a skill, like I don't know, Rate Form, which is really strong, by the way. Rate Form with the Hellfire Fragment, it's really strong. And let me tell you why. When Blood Knights, the reason why Blood Knights are also strong is they can do damage while they're immune. So Necros are strong, but it's not as strong as the immunity damage of Blood Knight. Yeah, Fear is strong, but you're not getting that immediate damage while you are invulnerable. So Hellfire Fragment does that kind of that extra damage while you're invulnerable without having to damage anything. And it works well with Starfire Shard, by the way. When Hellfire Fragment hits someone, then Starfire Shard will also trigger. It's like the perfect combination. So yeah, that's how I view this gem. That in essence they're kind of equal, but that each benefit has its situational effectiveness and etc. So, but of course I'm probably wrong, and they're probably adding like stronger and stronger gems just to for whales to keep buying new gems. For Necro, I'm not going to be able to use this because my game style is that I Rate Form, pop the skulls, run out Corpse Lens. So I get into a team fight. I don't get into a team fight that lasts 6 seconds. I mean, I don't do consistent damage for 6 seconds straight. So once I run out of Rate Form and I try to run away, I'm going to be having the buff, and it's not going to be useful because I'm just trying to stall some time so that my Rate Form cooldown will come back up. So it's not something I will be benefiting from too much. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I could share for now. Okay, good luck.